Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Ooh, let me know if the internet is working okay. If I need to change it, I might still be able to. Good morning, everyone. Let me put this on silent before it dings the whole time. Hey, how are you? Okay. Hey there, how are you? Hopefully the internet is working okay. Y'all know that our internet is not the best, but hopefully it'll work okay for us today. So let me know if I need to try to adjust it. I might be able to. Yes, good morning. Hello, how are you doing today? How is everyone? Where's everyone at? Hey, Holly, you did it. I know it's crazy the time difference. 11. So we're 5 hours. Okay. Yay, I'm glad you got to make it. Hey, Jennifer. I'm so excited because our youngest and Sabrina, actually, her daughter is here living with us. So we had the youngest and the oldest daughters in the house. They went and spent some time at the grandparents' house. They went to my mom and stepdad's and had a great time. And so they just got in. So we got everybody in and situated. And it was the first time that Olivia had ever gone and like stayed overnight at a grandparent's house. Like by herself, like just her. So it's been so quiet here the past couple days. That's why I was able to finally get the planner done and all the other stuff because I didn't have as many interruptions. So it was so weird though having her gone. So we were so excited. They just got in a few minutes ago and we're going to go and spend the day. And my mom has some errands she needs to run, but it means we're going to maybe go cruise around some thrift stores and have lunch together and just spend some time with the family. So that's always exciting. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Brandy. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Can you believe it is the end of April already? It has gone by so quickly. Passover started Monday evening. So I know for us here, we've been enjoying just doing some stuff and looking forward to it. We're hosting a big Seder meal on Saturday with friends. And so getting all of the bits and pieces ready for all of that. And now that Olivia's back, so we can make unleavened bread. Our kids love making unleavened bread every year for this Passover week. It's always super exciting, just such a special study and going through all of it. So we're excited. Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, Tamika. Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Hey, Lisa. Hopefully the internet is okay. So y'all let me know. I know our internet is just so wonky, but hopefully it'll work all day today. Hey, Stacy. That's exciting. Welcome. And I made sure to switch it to live chat and not top chat because that happens to me sometimes and then I miss messages. So I think we're all good as long as I'm coming through okay for you guys. I am so excited. I don't know if you guys saw today, but I put up the video today. Yesterday, we finished the girls' room. So I have deep cleaned, deep minimized like every single room of our house. It's very, very exciting. It's so great having stuff done. I wanted to do this for so long. Hey, absolutely. And so it's so nice having it all done. And I'm really excited because I'm going to share a little more next week, but we've really been talking and praying about like what it is that we want to put out and what it is that we really want to do and what I think would you guys would enjoy the most. And we have a really fun idea. We have a really fun few ideas that we're working on, a really fun study that we're going to do in the membership group next month. So keep an eye out. I'm trying to put it all together so I can share it. And it's not just me rambling a bunch of things all over the place, but really super excited. I know we've been praying about just, the direction of the channel and what we can do and different stuff like that. But we have some great ideas that I cannot wait to share with you all. And I think you guys will really enjoy it because for me, it really is the answer to like, all the bits and pieces that I wish existed somewhere, but like don't, you know? And it's like grabbing like the best pieces from the different things. But I always wish I could find like, I want that, but like with a Christian perspective, but not like cheap Christianity. I want like true biblical, like give me the real stuff. You know what I mean? Like those things that you just, it drives me crazy because I can't really find like that thing. So I was like, well, we'll just make that thing, right? We can't find it. We'll just make it. So hopefully we'll get all of that put together. Okay, Lisa says the picture is getting kind of fuzzy. Is it working okay for anyone else? Can you hear me okay? Because if I need to try to switch this real quick, I think I can do that. Let's see, it is fuzzy. Okay, let me try this. It might cut out for a second, but then I'm pretty sure it should come right back on. Okay, you can hear. Okay, let me just try this. Okay, hold on. It might get weird for a second, but I think it should pop back on. Good morning, Ruth. Is this any better before we start reading and praying? Everything's all weird. Okay. All right. Hopefully this will work. Okay. Perfect. Yay. All right. Let's try this and see if it makes a difference. I would love it if we have only one internet provider that is available to us. And they used to be fabulous. Now it's awful, like all the time. And it's enough to make you crazy. So hopefully this works better. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining me. We're going to go ahead. We have quite the psalm to read. We're in Psalm 22, which is it's a beautiful, amazing psalm. But we're going to go ahead and read through this, and then we will start with all of the prayer requests. So you guys can feel free to leave them in the chat box as we go, and then we can all kind of connect and go through all of this. So Psalm 22, another Psalm of David, to be sung to the tune Doe of the Dawn. Could you imagine like hearing these psalms sung like back in the day? I want to read the little note here. It says, all previous laments pale in comparison with this outcry against the enemy and God's abandonment. The psalm contains two main sections, the lament and praise for redemption, which leads naturally to Psalm 23. The apostles saw in this psalm an expression of the sufferings of Jesus Christ, who ultimately fulfilled the purpose of David's humiliation, rejection by people, and divine abandonment. Isn't that crazy? I love how prophetic the psalms are and how much we see. Our kids, that's their favorite thing when we read through the psalms, to find in the psalms and to see the stuff. It's always fun. We're like, who do you think we're talking about here? So that's always so neat. So anyways, Psalm 22, let's start reading. It says, my God, why have you abandoned me? Why are you so far away when I groan for help? Every day I call to you, my God, but you do not answer. Every night I lift my voice, but I find no relief. Yet you are holy, enthroned on the praises of Israel. Our ancestors trusted in you and you rescued them. They cried out to you and were saved. They trusted in you and were never disgraced. But I am a worm and not a man. I am scorned and despised by all. Everyone who sees me mocks me. They sneer and shake their heads, saying, is this the one who relies on the Lord? Then let the Lord save him. If the Lord loves him so much, let the Lord rescue him. Yet you brought me safely from my mother's womb and led me to trust you at my mother's breast. I was thrust into your arms at my birth. You have been my God from the moment I was born. Do not stay so far from me, for trouble is near, and no one else can help me. My enemies surround me like a herd of bulls. Fierce bulls of Bashan have hemmed me in. Like lions, they open their jaws against me, roaring and tearing into their prey. My life is poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax melting within me. My strength is dried up like sun-baked clay. My tongue sticks to the roof of my mouth. You have laid me in the dust and left me for dead. My enemies surround me like a pack of dogs. An evil gang closes in on me. I pierce my hands and feet. I can count all my bones. They divide my garments among themselves and throw dice for my clothing. O Lord, do not stay far away. You are my strength. Come quickly to my aid. Save me from the sword. Spare my precious life from these dogs. Snatch me from the lion's jaws and from the horns of these wild oxen. I will proclaim your name to my brothers and sisters. I will praise you among your assembled people. Praise the Lord, all you who fear him. Honor him, all you descendants of Jacob. Show him reverence, all you descendants of Israel. For he has not ignored or belittled the suffering of the needy. He has not turned his back on them, but has listened to their cries for help. I will praise you in the great assembly. I will fulfill my vows in the presence of those who worship you. The poor will eat and be satisfied. All who seek the Lord will praise him. Their hearts will rejoice with everlasting joy. The whole earth will acknowledge the Lord and return to him. All the families of the nations will bow down before him. For royal power belongs to the Lord. He rules all the nations. Let the rich of the earth feast and worship. Bow before him, all who are mortal, all whose lives will end as dust. Our children will also serve him. Future generations will hear about the wonders of the Lord. His righteous acts will be told to those not yet born. They will hear about everything he has done. So next week, then we go into Psalm 23, which is just a beautiful, sweet psalm that it does. It just so beautifully comes all together in that image we see, right? But how many times, hey, Kaylee, how many times do you read through that and we're just like, oh, Jesus, 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 right? It's just all woven in there, which I think is so fun. So let's open up in prayer, and then you guys can leave your any requests, praises, everything there in the chat. Dear Lord, we thank you so much for this opportunity to come together here, Lord, all around the world, to be united in the Spirit, to lift one another up and just have this time of fellowship. Lord, I pray that this time can encourage us and just lift us up here in the middle of our week and our day that we're going through, whatever each and every one of us is facing, Lord, that this could be something to just kind of help us through that with a little bit of refreshment to keep pushing forward and serving you in every instance that we have laid before us in our lives here. Lord, we bring these requests to you for those who are sharing now live, those that will watch this later on, Lord, and just know that personally, I'm praying for each and every one of these people, Lord, and praying for any way to glorify you through serving them and this opportunity here that you've brought, this connection, this channel, this space, Lord. We pray for all the things we're working on, that they truly would be things that would pour into these amazing women, these families, these friends now that we have here, Lord. And we just bring all of these requests to you through the needs, the provisions that are being requested for the healing, for the problems and the struggles, and also for the praise and the answer to prayer that you always are so faithful to bring. Lord, we thank you and praise you for all the work that you're doing in our lives today and every day, Lord, through the current season we're facing, that we can give you all the glory. Pray. Amen. Amen. Oh, hey. Hello in the UK. Welcome, welcome. Oops, that might help a little bit. It's too close to the light, I think. Sorry, I'm blinding everyone. Kaylee, I did it. Yes, I put on live chat on the top. I don't have a setting to auto do that. That's so crazy. Hey, Veronica, welcome. So, I love that though. I'm getting better. See, I'm starting to learn. I want to thank you all again so much for the prayers and everything that we've been doing. Like I said earlier, we have something really exciting that I've been working on. I shared it with the team, and I'm trying to piece it all together. So I'm going to be sharing. I'm trying to finish up because I wanted to reset everything. I've almost finished. I'm going to finish that up this week, and then we're going to get those dated of what we are working on, which I really think you guys will enjoy, and I'm really excited to get put together, as well as I had an idea for the study we're going to do in the membership group next month. And so I'm really excited to put that together. I need a chop because it's the end of the month already, but I'm going to work on getting that put together. And Biblical Womanhood starts in June. We do Biblical Womanhood every summer. And so that starts in June and goes through August. So we do a full 12 weeks studying through Biblical Womanhood. It's an amazing time to see that group that's grown over the years studying into that. Y'all are amazing. And I think it's so fun. So many of us have done it literally from the beginning, and so many new faces coming in. And it's just really, really exciting, and would love to have you all come join us for Biblical Womanhood. This next month is really going to kind of like set the stage, kind of get that ready. And hey, good morning. So I'm really excited for that and to get all that put together. So again, just keep an eye out. I'll be pushing stuff out as I get it completed. and all of that, which is super awesome. So appreciate your prayers for just the family and the ministry here and trying to do all of these things and put it all together. Um, some days seem heavier than others, but we know that God's got it and He's working it through and refining everything through the process, and we're just so thankful for that. I would like to ask for your prayers. My husband and I have a trip planned coming up here in just a little bit. It was supposed to be a trip to go visit my mom and spend her birthday with her and kind of that probably last visit type of a thing. But she had a serious stroke a few weeks ago and has shown no improvement ever since. So it was looking like the trip was going to be more kind of final stages. What do we need to do to best care for her? And we got a text late last night that she was rushed to the hospital um, due to insanely high heart rate and fever, and so they're concerned about sepsis and a couple other things. So they're working through all of that with the medical team there. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law are amazing, and they're there with her, and doing all of that. So just prayers for his family and his mom. She's been my second mom since I was 14 years old. So thankful for her. And, it's just hard. The kids, they're so close to their grandma. They all love her so much. And just going through all of this is always so difficult. But, we were talking about, what a reassurance it is when we know our loved ones love the Lord, and my mother-in-law loves the Lord, like, I mean, this woman. I mean, we could go on for days with her stuff. And so, it's hard. We've kind of had that conversation of, with even the decisions we're making medically and dealing with all like the power of attorney stuff and things like that. It's just, trying to do what's best for her, but remembering that, her ultimate rest is coming, and being comforted by that, through, of course, it's hard. And, my husband and his siblings and all of that, the kids, all of it, it's difficult, but trying to go through all of that. So just prayers for her right now as she's in the hospital again, and trying to get all these pieces, figured out with us, due to fly out there in a little bit. So we appreciate y'all's prayers for that. Continue to pray for Sabrina and her family. Oh yeah, that's so hard, Lisa. It is, it's so hard watching it all and going through, it just, the downside of death and the prayer we have to look forward to, in the eternal. I think you think of those that have no hope, and it's like, wow, yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah. I know some of you have messaged and you asked where the podcasts have been, because we haven't had any chatty coffee dates and we haven't had anything. Sabrina has been incredibly sick. They are trying so hard to get moved out here so that she can get the medical attention that she needs. And it's a lot of pieces, a lot of things, trying to put it all together, find the stuff, have enough money, do all, trying to do everything is efficient as possible, but it's difficult. And so she has been really, really sick for the last little bit here. And so y'all just continue to pray for her and for her family. It's all, of course, it's heavy, on her husband and her kids and everybody there. And then on her too, just all of the pieces, there's so many things that we want to do. No, we've not reached the goal for raising money. So if anybody still wanted to donate anything to help them get moved out here, you can go to heavenlymindedhome.com. And on the bottom of the page there, we have a donation button, and all of that we get is going straight to them to help them get out here. So they have to, they've got the last couple pieces left to get something to a vehicle that's going to get them, and like their kids, their pets, all their worldly belongings that they're going to be saving, and they have dwindled them down to like next to nothing. They're going to get out here. We've got a fifth wheel trailer on our property for them to have when they first get out here. So we've got like a nice little, it's actually very nice, a little guest house here for them. Get them set up. So it's like the pieces are coming together, but slowly. So we're just kind of stuck in those last little pieces. And especially with her really not doing well here the past couple weeks, it just makes it all so hard. So continue to pray for her, and just pray for the Lord to open up those doors and to make the pieces, right? It's all in his timing. He makes them all come together, but it's so hard in the process. Oh, Marie, yeah, that's so dementia. My mother-in-law has Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and it's awful. Dementia, Alzheimer's, all that. It just, you watch these things and you see, right, the effect of living in a sinful, fallen world, and it breaks your heart. And that's the part too where we've said it's so sad watching it when it takes my grandmother had dementia, and luckily it kind of went downhill quickly, but like that was kind of a blessing that it went quickly, because it just, oh, it was so awful. She didn't remember us. She didn't remember her own husband. You go through that stuff and just, it's so difficult. And with my mother-in-law, though, it has been the slowest, longest process. I mean, we've been dealing with this for years and years, and it breaks your heart, watching it all and going through it, right? It's just, those are those areas where you have to lean on the Lord. You have to do that. And Lisa, that's interesting because it's the same thing. My grandmother, same way, didn't know her husband, didn't, anything, knew she loved the Lord. Crazy, right? How that worked. My mother-in-law, she's still like, I don't know, she would like come in and out. I mean, not now since the stroke. There hasn't been any connection since she had the stroke, but it's so funny because she knows she loves the Lord, right? And it's the thing, like with my husband, she remembers, she's like, I know that he loves the Lord and now he serves and and all that. Like, so it's just so neat, right? How like that's still somehow stuck, right? Oh, no worries, Tiffany. Oh, I hope your nephew feels better. Absolutely. I'm glad you got to hop on here. So yeah, prayers for our family, appreciated. Prayers for Sabrina's family. I'm just trying to pull all that together. Continue to pray for the Marceau family. It's really been about, last I heard from Kay, it's really kind of been about the same thing. They're dealing with infections, they're dealing with pneumonia, they're dealing with these different things, and it just doesn't seem to, there's just so much that just isn't quite coming together yet. And the weight of trying to live out of hospital, but yet keep up at home and the kids and homeschool and life and all of the things, now that they've been in this ICU nightmare for, so long now. He was the husband that had a 500-pound wrecking ball dropped on him on the job site. And he's lost a leg. He's, all kinds of injury and things that are going on. So continue to pray for Kay and Larry, the Marceau family, their beautiful children. She's just chugging along, right? One foot in front of the other. And we love them so much. And thanking the Lord that, Larry wasn't expected to make it at the beginning. So praising the Lord each and every day that he's still here and fighting. But it's just so hard, those things are just so heavy. So yes, praying for all of these. Yeah, that's so neat, Lisa. Let's see. Asking for prayers, Tamika, for balanced hormones for yourself and also for our street and neighborhood. We've had several break-ins or attempts, sadly. Ooh, well, thank you for your prayers. That is scary. That is awful when you have stuff like that. And so absolutely praying for just the neighborhood and everything. Hopefully, you almost kind of hope it's just like kids being bored and doing dumb stuff, and nothing any more, I guess, serious or sinister, but hopefully they get to the bottom of that, because that's ridiculous. We went through that in a neighborhood we lived in once, and it was weird things that would be taken. Like my husband had a pair of sunglasses in the glove box. I want to say they were even like his backup sunglasses, like not his ones he wore all the time, but he just had them thrown in the glove box. And then one day we went to grab them and they just weren't there. And we were like, really? Like, but other stuff was there. It was kind of weird. Anyways, and balancing your hormones, absolutely praying, because that is so huge. And I think if we spent more time talking about it, understanding it, and like working on it, I think so much when you look at like common women struggles or issues or complaints or whatever, just weight gain, just your emotions and everything in general, skin health, so many different things, right? It literally is all connected to the balancing of your hormones. And I think that there's so many things we deal with that we try to treat, like we try to treat the weight, or we try to treat the skin, or right, like we're doing all the different things over here, but we don't realize it goes back to our hormones. And so like resetting our hormones and doing that is so incredibly important. But then you start to feel so much better in so many ways. And you're like, I had no idea that was all connected. I know that was kind of my story, where like I kept having these individual issues that were driving me crazy. And I like couldn't come up with a fix. And then it was like all of a sudden I got on this train of balancing hormones, and everything started to come together. I was sleeping better. I was feeling better. I was losing weight. I was, like all these things start happening, and you're like, oh wow, look at that. All connected to our hormones. So absolutely praying for you with that. And for any of us that are dealing with stuff like that, because I really do think that's a much bigger issue. So many things that we use in our day-to-day life and are just exposed to are hormone disruptors, that we're eating, that we're drinking, that we're using. And I don't think we realize just how connected it all is. Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and lawlessness. I don't know if Tracy's on, but continuing to pray. She's the one in the Oklahoma Panhandle where they had the moms that went missing, and then they found their bodies, unfortunately, and the murders were people local as well. And so I meant to message you, Tracy, the other day. I didn't do it, but I wasn't sure if they ever connected like a motive or a reason or something behind it. But it's just lawlessness, right? Just everywhere. You look at these things and you're like, one I know Tracy said was even a pastor's wife. You just look at these and it's like, what, why, what is going on? We live in a small little town that has like next to no crime. They literally, our police department had to put up an announcement. It was like last summer, because there was more like, petty theft out of vehicles, because nobody ever locks their cars. So our police department literally had to post something that was like, guys, lock your cars, like stop leaving stuff in your cars and then getting upset when people take it, like just lock your cars. But we actually it was a big hubbub in town just the other day. Somebody shot someone in a shopping center and then, injured herself. And it was just like, it just everywhere, and it's so sad. And to see so many without hope, and truth and direction in their life, it just breaks your heart so hard. We personally moved, like we left California, which was a huge improvement. We always lived kind of in the city or outside the city in the suburbs. We moved out to the middle of nowhere. So like we've always like made it, out there. So, we like where we live, that it's very, relatively safe. And it's very much that like old school, small town community and all of that, which we love. It's beautiful. But even then, yeah, the stuff that comes up and you're like, oof, no, thank you. Praise from Jennifer. She's been waking up with headaches every morning for a year. Awful. They go away within an hour of waking. I got a mouth guard for nighttime teeth grinding a month ago, and I'm waking up with no headaches for a month. That is amazing. It's crazy how much of us are clenching our jaws in our sleep, or grinding, or whatever, and you don't even realize it. I was talking with our dentist about it because we love her so much. And she had us get one for my husband, which Brandon, you've not been using that. It's sitting up on the shelf. I know, because I just found it when I cleaned. But she's been telling him he really needs to do that too. So it helps. So that is so amazing that you started doing that. No headaches for the past month. That's amazing, Jennifer. That's fantastic. Nothing's worse than waking up with a headache every day. Like seriously, like, okay, yeah, it goes away, but still when you first wake up, you're like, like that's awful. So that is so fantastic to have something that works. That's the best, right? And it's always trying to find like, I feel like so often we want to treat the headache, right? We'll just keep taking something to treat the headache. And it's like, yes, yeah, you get the sore jaw and everything. I've never had TMJ before, and now I deal with it, and it gets so bad sometimes I can't even open my jaw. It's crazy. But yeah, but it is, I feel like so often we treat what's happening. That's like if we never get down to the root, and figure out what it is. And it's like, oh, something as simple as that, putting a mouth guard in when you sleep. And look at that. You're doing so much better. That's amazing. Tiffany says, I am menopausal, but found out that my testosterone was double, maybe even triple what it should have been. It was crazy. I did some treatment, got it down. It is going in and testing your hormone. I never went to the doctor because honestly, until last year, I had never gone to the doctor as an adult that wasn't related to a pregnancy, if I'm just being honest. But I finally went in because I was like, okay, I'm having some issues and I've tried to figure it out myself and like do it naturally and whatever. And I'm just shooting in the dark and I can't figure it out. So she ran all my labs, did all my things, did stuff. And it was like, like once you're able to like pinpoint it. And I know there's, I'd always seen them. There's places where like you can just send in like a kit and they'll test all your hormones and stuff for you if you don't want to go to the doctor, don't have insurance or whatever, you just pay to do that. But I just never did it because I was like, whatever, I'll just keep guessing and see if I can figure it out. But it is crazy when you go in and you test those hormone levels and you see like it really makes such a difference to even just like reset. Like I've seen things with like hormone reset or different things. For us, we did a lot of that, being real strict. I only go real strict carnivore now. Every once in a while, I'll do 30, 60 days, just to kind of like, I'm just feeling it. I'm feeling something's off, because it really does like reset your system for something. There's different things that you can do and stuff to really detox, even like intermittent fasting and really watching the food you're eating and stuff like that. It makes such a huge difference because our hormone levels get out of control and it's miserable. And I don't think we realize that it's the hormones, that are doing it. Yeah, TMJ is crazy. I've been doing dry needling on my foot because I had surgery in December and I still can't feel part of my foot. Like I'm having a lot of nerve issues. Like the bones and stuff have healed, but I'm having muscle and nerve issues. And so we do all this dry needling and stuff into my foot. And I was talking to him about the TMJ and he was like, we can dry needle that. And I was like, ooh, you might actually, the thought of having a bunch of little like needles stuck in your face with like electropads stuck to them is like, seems kind of scary. But then I sit here at how tight this is and I'm like, I don't know, maybe we do want to do some dry needling on there, because TMJ that is no fun. Like I've talked about it with a chiropractor and he's done different things and given me different things to do, to try to help it, but it is no joke. Right? Like it sounds kind of, I don't know, it sounds a little scary, but then like, wow, if I would really get in there and fix it, like you might have my attention. Stacy says, seeking prayer for you to connect with community such as a church, plus healing from chronic pain. I am gluten-free and sugar-free and dairy-free. Thank you, friends. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm choking, Stacy. Absolutely praying for you and a space there to connect. I think a lot of us are hungry for community. I think our world has just shifted so far away from it for so long now. Like, I don't even know if all of us realize it, but it really is something that's just so beautiful to have that community, to have that space. It's why I started sharing on YouTube. It's why we do things like this, to at least have like that piece of it. I got this. My husband and I popped into a thrift store on Monday because I'm trying to find a certain frame size for a certain picture. Anyways, I found a ladies' home journal interior design book from it was 1957, and I was reading through it. It's beautiful. I love it so much. I paid $1.06 for it, and it was the best score I've found in a long time. And what really stood out to me, though, was looking through all these pages of homes and just why they're that way and all of the different things. It was constantly talked about the home being a space to gather and a space for people to come and, to play cards or to have a meal or enjoy coffee, or, it's just like everything. Yeah, Kaylee, I'll have to pull it up. But it was like everything like just had a purpose and a reason. And they were even talking about in one section how, TVs are starting to come out, but don't let this dominate the room. Don't let this become a focal point. Have it somewhere out of the way so it can be used in a time of usage, but then it's not, so it was just interesting, like comparing that to like life today and seeing the beauty that right, the beauty of like when the focus was the community, the connection, and card games and all those different stuff. I don't know, it was really really cool to see that. And I was like, see, it's community is what's missing so much. So yes, praying for you and that. And any of you dealing with chronic pain, chronic illness, that is so difficult. I watched my husband go through that with his neck, and it's so frustrating, and for those that you have around you too, it's so hard when you have the things like that, um, you're just continuing to struggle with and deal with, and for the Lord to provide, healing options, answers, relief, in whatever way that he can, and for you to continue to be strengthened to praise him through it all. Let's absolutely hear. Dee says, please pray for my newborn baby. He was born 10 days ago and has been in NICU since he showed seizure activity on his second day of life. And today was his first 24 hours off of anti-seizure medication. He is coming home and we're believing he is fully healed. So absolutely praying for you and your precious little boy 10 days ago. Congratulations. That is so beautiful, so wonderful. And praying that whatever it is, Lord willing, is healed and has worked itself out, and just praying for you, your family, and the staff, everybody involved in everything, that the best path moving forward, and for total healing and continuation, and for everything else in his precious little life to just come together. That is so exciting. And praying for you and your healing process, and just that time to get home and soak up the newborn time, and to heal and recover. And babies are such a blessing, and how wonderful to get to receive that gift. So yes, praise God for that, and praying for you through that all. Marie say, I live in Quebec, and to be honest, Christianity and religion in general is badly regarded. Yep, HMH has become my community. I thank God every day for leading me to you all. I'm thankful for that, because I really do think that that is the case so largely. I will be completely honest with you guys that I received a message the other day, and I read it to my family, and then our chiropractor is an amazing man of God. We love him so much. We're there every other week, and we spend more time talking about ministry and stuff than we do anything else. And so we were talking with him about it as well. And it was one of those things where, like, Christian women, like the women specifically, are some of the meanest people I know, quite often, right? I never was one to join Christian women's online groups. I usually avoided, like a lot of those things. I don't like that, like country club, churchy nonsense. It so often becomes very, very mean. And it makes me so sad, because you look at how the world regards Christianity, and I think a lot of it is self-inflicted. And I think that it is so hard, but to be the change. Gossipy, just mean. I mean, y'all, some of these messages I get, I would never post them, because that, like, it's not here just to put, but you get these things, right? Because you're online. So you have this like level of like, you're just anonymous. Nobody really knows you. It's not going to affect your life. You can say whatever you want to say. So I get it. People just spout all kinds of stuff. It's the internet. What are you going to do? But it's like, you're a professing Christian, and the things that people just say, and you're like, how, like, that's how we show one another Christ, let alone the world Christ? Like, I'm not saying any of us are perfect, because gossip is a sin, right? Like, absolutely. None of us are perfect. Every single one of us are making mistakes. Yes, right? We are. But you look at You do. You look at the image that largely has been put out there of what being a Christian is, and yeah, you do. You like. I completely agree, Marissa. But it is so hard when it's like, no wonder that's what the world thinks. With a world that is so corrupt, so far away from the Lord, and all of that. And this is what you're showing people Christianity is like. Mm, that's not it. That's not it at all. No wonder the progressives have gotten so far to the left and so crazy. The church is such a mess in so many ways. I mean, that's a whole different conversation for a different day. But oh man, I'm like, we got some work to do, y'all. And it all starts right here in our homes, right? Doing this and building up in our homes and then going out and doing that and showing the world what it means to truly be, because it is hard to find community and is hard to find stuff that we can connect with and grow in. And I think that's because of, things like this. Yeah, Lisa, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything. Sure, there's a time and a place where you got to stand up and do something maybe a little uncomfortable or something like that. But was that necessary? Like, would you really walk up to someone and just say that? Like, what? Hmm. Hmm. Some people, I just kind of smile and pray and go, Lord, that's all you. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm so sorry I offended you. It was not my intention. That's a really weird thing to be offended by, but okay. I'm so sorry. Anyways, but yeah, I absolutely praying for that. And so thankful for you guys all to join us here in the community and in the space. Velvet Wings, pray for your unequally yoked marriage. Absolutely praying for you because it is so hard and so difficult. And I know that's something we've done quite a few videos on and sharing our experience before my husband really had his true come to Jesus moment in life. And praying for you to just continue to be lifted up and strengthened and all of that, because it is difficult, but the Lord provides, right? One day at a time, just continue being faithful. Ruth, let's pray for your son, Jonathan. He's in chronic pain from a back surgery. The doctor nicked a nerve that causes him to have pain until he takes a muscle relaxer, which has to be increased. Wow. That is awful. I am so sorry, Ruth. Absolutely praying for Jonathan. Any form of healing, if there's another, something that can be done or something, I don't know, but absolutely praying for you guys and for his relief and all of that. Tiffany, we have all of our stuff. We host it all in a Facebook group, AMP Home Ministries, and every sermon the men have ever taught, it's all in there. I mean, there's tons of them. We would love an ideal world to have a team of people that can help us edit and get stuff uploaded onto YouTube and other things like that. We just don't have the task force at the moment, but you can go and join the group, and there are new sermons out weekly, and there are literally years and years of sermons backed up in there that you guys can go if you're looking for somewhere to come together and study. Yes, there's nothing like, Lisa had nail on the head, nothing like baby smells. Soak that all up. Yes. Hometown girl in curls. Pray for my husband whose heart is hardened to God, and for me for strength and grace to love and respect my husband while I'm in my walk with God. Your testimony is powerful and encouraging. Oh, thank you I'm glad you saw it, and absolutely praying for you guys. It is so hard when your husband's heart is hardened. And I know for me, I just wanted to shake them just do this, what's wrong with you? But it really was coming to that point where it was like, all right, I don't know, I can't control you, I can only control me. So I'm going to grow in my walk, I'm going to keep being transformed, I'm going to keep being refined, I'm going to keep loving you, I'm going to bite my tongue until it about falls out of my mouth but I'm going to stand firm. And it is so difficult. So continuing to pray. Yes, absolutely. Because it's not easy, and it's hard because it most often takes so much longer for our husbands to see it than we think it should. No, that was my case. I'm like, why have you not figured this out yet? But right, one day at a time, you'll get there. The Lord knows. Yes. Tamika, is there a 30 or 60-day devotional / book you could recommend that you've done and love? I'm actually fairly anti-devotional. I think devotionals for the most part are just so surface level and simple. You really don't like they might be nice, they might be sweet, they might have like a something, to them. Like it's not that they're evil or bad, but they just there's usually not much depth. And so I think there are some great studies, some great things. Honestly, that's why we do most of our studies that we do in the collective are 30 to 60-day studies, to be honest, where we go through with Bible reading, sermons, discussion, kind of digging in and working through those things. So that's why we do a lot of that. And I'd much rather find a great sermon series or something to listen through, even throughout the week, kind of partner it with whatever you're doing in your church and whatever study you have going on there, but to continue the something where you're listening to deep, discipleship discussion, breakdown while reading, while having discussions and kind of growing in that. So that's kind of my favorite. And that's why I really and why we're going to continue over in the membership group to just keep doing studies, keep digging in deeper. We're going to do a whole breakdown of just our role as women here this next month and how special and what an honor it is. And then go into biblical womanhood this summer and just really defining biblically what the honor and amazing role it is to be a woman, and God's calling and design for our lives. Oh, search the scriptures. The pastor has his sermons up and listening. I don't know. I've never heard of that one. That's interesting. I know I love like John Barnett is amazing. He's so easy to listen to and learn from. He's got Discover the Book Ministries here on YouTube. We do John Barnett studies all the time. Love MacArthur. There's so many great, you look at like Justin Peters and, there's so many different, just great teachers out there. There's a lot of hot garbage, but there's a lot of great teachers out there too. And so being able to find ones that you can go through and work through is so wonderful. You can, I just think it's so important to read through the Bible in totality, to dig into scripture and to really, get down to the meat of everything and be, every day I want to be a little bit stronger in my biblical literacy. I want to be a little more spiritually mature, right? Like every day I want to grow a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And so that means that I want to be challenged. I want to grow. Fighting the Faith is amazing. Paul Washer, Vodi Bakum, fantastic. I love Bible Broadcast Network. They're like one of the oldest, like actual Christian radio, not the like K-Love stuff that, they have now, but they have online like seminary courses that are phenomenal, amazing teachers, so many things. And it's like all free. So Bible Broadcast Network, BBN, I think it's like bbn.org, but you can search Bible Broadcast Network. We listen to their stuff. Like I keep it on Bible Broadcast Network, like in the car. And then we have like our little Google Home speakers that we set to just play Bible Broadcast Network. It just like comes on automatically and plays. And I love it. They've got some great stuff. And you can also go to the website and see all the teachers that they have and go to their websites as well. And there's so many sermons. There's so many things. Like it's fantastic. You'll literally never run out of stuff to study, which I think is the best, right? Absolutely. Yeah, the Kaylee or the popular churches, we've done that. We were looking to see if there was kind of looking around again. The whole reason why we started doing ministry, we started sharing stuff online was not being able to find a solid church in our area that wasn't either. We come from the Charlotte area out here. And so everything is infected by elevations enough to make you gag. And, you start seeing the influence of all the different things or just the theology of some of these places. And you're like, good night. Oh, no, thank you. Okay. UK Deaf Girl, please pray to stop 26 years of cluster attacks, head pain, plus arthritis, plus fibro. I'm on oxygen for pain. That is absolutely awful. Absolutely praying. I mean, arthritis, fibromyalgia, and then cluster migraines and things like that are awful. So absolutely praying for you and all of that, because that is really, really hard. So just praying if there is healing, if there is something, that you can do to help alleviate that or do something, trying to get down to the bottom of that can be it's so difficult, right? When we just can't really figure out what's causing it. So praying for you and all of that. Tamika, sorry, any of you who want to come join us, and like I said, we're going to be putting out some really fun stuff kind of out here public on the channel, but I like having a space for those of us who like want to dig in. But I also like it being private to where like we can really be a community and really be a group and really dig in without like necessarily putting all your stuff out there to the whole wide internet, if that makes sense. So we have the membership group. We call it the HMH Collective. And that's when you click the blue join button. And we've been over there for a few years now. It was y'all here on the channel years ago that were like, let's do this, right? Like, let's like, you guys are so supportive and wanted to do this. And we do studies all the time over there. And so when you join, you just make a small monthly donation, different levels, give you different perks. You go check it out, right? It starts at like $5. And you get access to the entire series catalog. So when you come and you guys join the collective, you get a private website that has every series we've ever done, all the different series. You've got a class page, you've got resources. Most all of them have like booklets and study materials that you can just print right out and have. There's sermons to go watch. There's extra things to go have access to and read through and do. And we're doing new ones all the time. So it really has, it's kind of crazy. I mean, there are literally hundreds and hundreds of videos over there now, but you can pick the ones that you want to study, that you want to go into. There's some of them are just very like home related. Some of them are parenting related. Some of them, you kind of get into a few different areas. Some of them are really like focused on doing things, like making a difference, changing things. Some are very much more, just study and reflection. We have a members group. We have a private app that we all use so we can get on and kind of chit chat with each other and just like have that community and fellowship there. So there's a lot of different things that are offered over in there. And so if that can be a blessing for any of you that y'all want to come and join us, you just click that blue join button and you get access to everything. I mean, it just, when you go out, you sign up and then you go to the community tab and all kinds of posts are going to unlock for you. So as soon as you become a member, depending on like what level you choose, all kinds of posts are just going to open up and you're going to have all kinds of things that you can click on. And then you can come join the members group. So if you have any questions, you can't find it, the ladies over there are amazing. I love them. Y'all are the best. And so they're so great. We can hop in there and chit chat and do all of that. But y'all are so welcome to come and join because we do a lot of fun stuff over there. I love having everybody like when you find those people that are like, yeah, let's dig in, let's do this. Like, it's so nice. So you get that. Finding the faith. Oh yeah, the BLB app is nice. Blue Letter Bible. That has a lot of great resources too. Yeah. Okay, Brandy says, can we pray for her good friend? She has shingles on her head. Very painful. Thank you. Absolutely praying. That is awful. My stepdad ended up with shingles this past winter, and it was awful, to have to go through. So hopefully for her that she gets some relief. They clear up soon. Absolutely. Angela, praying for you. You messed your toe up. It's broken, bruised, and swelling. That is awful. Absolutely praying for you. It's crazy how your foot really is so important, and I'm still in therapy trying to get mine to work again. And I tell my husband, I go, I know it's so silly, but like, it just affects everything, when you're like clunking around, it's not working. I don't know. So absolutely praying for you, Angela. We're thinking of you. Hopefully that heals up here soon and you can get back to feeling better. Yeah, Lisa, we'd love to have you come join us over there. Angela says, another prayer request. We have had something come up and need doors opened in so many ways. Are we in, hold on. And we are on, I think you said deadline to meet. Thank you. My little reaction thing with like the hearts and smiley faces are like hovering over your text right there. So hopefully I got it all right. Praying for you for the Lord to open those doors, right? I always ask for neon signs. Lord, wherever the path you want, like put neon lights around it going here, right here. This is where I need you, right? Like it's those things that only his timing can bring together. And it's like, Lord, just strengthen me. Give me that reassurance as we go through this and then open up the doors that you want us to walk through and close all the ones up real quick that are the no's, right? You want us to stay out of. Yes, I do. I ask all the time. I go, Lord, I'm going to start doing what I think I should. I'm not going to sit here and just question it and do nothing, right? I'm going to go and shut me down real quick. If that's not it, right? Like, so sometimes just see, like, we'll start something and then I'm like, that's not it. Nope, nope, nope. Oh. Okay, neon light. We're going over here because it does, right? I want to be doing the thing, I don't want to be fearful. I don't want to be consumed with worry. Like, I want to go for it. I'm not promised tomorrow. I'm not promised my next breath, like I want to make the most out of my days every single day. I want every single day to just, yes. But it means you got to go and you got to trust. And it can be so hard when you're like, there's a deadline, there's the reality, there's the lack of provision, there's the whatever it is, right? Like whatever the thing is. And that's where I love the story of George Mueller. It is my favorite. They even have I have multiple George Mueller books up here. And they've got the little documentary that somebody made that's here on YouTube. And I'll watch it from time to time again, even though I've watched it 1,000 times. We've read every book on George Mueller. The kids, every time they're like, oh, here she goes again. But I'm like, but you see, when we take God at his word, and we say, okay, and we just keep stepping forward, and then God provides, I know it sounds crazy. We haven't had a real paycheck in 5 years now, and it's difficult. And I'm not going to lie and say that there aren't times where I'm just like, Lord, I'm so stretched to my max right now. I don't know what to do. Like, this is so hard. But then God goes, I want you to serve here. I want you to do that. You start seeing those little things come together. And when we respond with that willing heart, yes, he did. When we respond with that willing heart, he continues to do it, but yeah, he had, here, I'll put in, you guys can look it up. There's a documentary and stuff, but George Mueller was such an amazing man of God and had such an amazing, just testimony and stuff that he did. It's very cool. I love that story, but it's been the exact, VeggieTales episode. That's so funny. Yeah, we're showing our age, right? When everything connects to a VeggieTales episode. I break out in Silly Songs with Larry on the norm. My kids are like, oh, Mom. Woosta. So yeah, my kids get it too. I love VeggieTales. But it's so important when we step out and we trust and we go, Lord, okay, like, where do you want me? Where will you have me? And if I'm not walking on the path you want me to be on, like, shove me off the cliff real quick, right? Like, tell me, no, that's not the path. Like, let me go. I've tried to okay, we can sit here and we can argue the doctrinal things of it. And okay, I get it. I actually believe there's a point. And my husband and I actually had an email conversation with Phil Vischer years ago over some stuff, because we're like, this is like seriously concerning, like with new stuff that he was doing and whatever, it didn't go well. There's like that nostalgia factor of VeggieTales. And I've tried to get my kids into it, especially the silly songs. I don't know. And they're like, okay, that's nice. They don't like it. They don't like it at all. And I'm like, really? Whatever. They're just not that cool. Catherine, nose ring is for a biblical Christian woman. It's the first sign we see biblically of marriage. And I know that was something that was so special for me to do right after I got married about just nearly 20 years ago. So not a requirement. I also had my ears pierced. But yeah, there's no reason to not have one. But nobody has to have anything. Absolutely not. Definitely some great, very neat stuff. We see the way that God speaks about it a few times, especially in the Old Testament with talking about jewelry and different things. That's quite fascinating. We actually did a whole podcast on this the other day. Well, I guess it's been a few weeks now, talking about that. So if you go to the homepage and look at Am I Worldly, I think is what we titled it. You can look it up and see our conversation on that. Right, Kayla, like, I think there are some fun, like, I think there's some great, and I get the argument that people have with it. So it's like, okay, I get it. if that's the only thing you're using, then there's probably a big lack of discernment and like there's some issues and things that probably need to happen there. But yeah, my kids just don't like it. And I'm like, really? How do you guys? I can't see your nose ring, so I don't mind my ears. I honestly, the nose ring thing, I get a lot of comment recently, just because now more people are finding the channel. But it's funny because I've had my nose pierced for nearly 20 years now since we got married. And I don't even really think about it, to be honest with you. And I wear earrings every single day, which I think it's so funny, the comments about different things. Somebody asked me the other day if I cared more about the Red Lobster dress code than God's dress code. And I've never been to Red Lobster, so I don't know what that means. I have a feeling they were just like, I get the point that I think they're trying to make, but they asked that. And I was just like, I don't know what the Red Lobster dress code is. So I'm not, yes, I was like, I have no idea. So I don't know how to answer the question. So I just left it. But I think it is funny to see how some people have responded about having a nose ring. Because there's no like, I mean, I think piercings can be, I mean, you see some people and yeah, I mean, they're quite an expression. Maybe not, oh, that's interesting. No, you're fine. Not at all. That's interesting. We actually partner with a church in India, and a lot of the women there actually all have their nose pierces. I do videos and teachings and stuff with the ladies there in the congregation. They're so beautiful. I love them so much. And I've actually noticed so many of them have their, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, look at all of us. I've never been to Red Lobster, Jennifer. Never in my life. No. No idea what a Red Lobster dress code is. So it's interesting if some people in India don't. We have a lot of the women in the church that we partner with there. And I see all of their nose rings and their stuff. And then it's funny because then I share on YouTube and I end up with women that are like, oh, you have your nose pierced. And I'm like, yes, I do. Is there something wrong with that? I don't know. It's the first biblical sign we see of marriage, but okay. But I know some people have it, and it's totally fine to ask. I don't mind people asking questions at all. I just think it's interesting when we dig into the assumptions that we make on things, which, like you said, if you're used to seeing people that are non-believers with your nose pierced, you'd be like, yeah, why is your nose pierced, right? That's weird. But I think it's interesting, the conversation. And yeah. So we've never gotten to visit. So everything I've done over there, we always do we do online. We partner with a local church there and have done all kinds of stuff and whatnot with them. So I get on and do videos. And when our daughter was bit by a poisonous snake, the women were so sweet and they came together and had a prayer gathering and they sent us a video. And we just appreciate them so much. They're so beautiful. And I would love to go visit. That would be so amazing. But yeah, I think it's funny, some of the things where I'm like, I think it's interesting, right? The question where it's like, okay, so if you think a nose ring isn't biblical, why is it like, what about earrings? Are earrings okay? Right. You start like going through, like breaking it down. Some people are against, I got a message the other day because my nails were painted. I was like, I am so sorry. I did not mean for nail polish to offend you. That certainly was never my focus or concern, but maybe we should not be, like, I understand that everybody has great intentions, but I think it's something I just, the questioning of it sometimes I'm like, why was that the question? I'm just curious, like, why was that the question, for some people. But then you see, oh, okay, people I know here in India, if you're an unbeliever, you do, oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes total sense. That's cool. Look, we all learned something new today. I probably think about it a lot less than a lot of people on the internet do, to be honest, because I forget about it most of the time. That's cool. Okay, so I have tried the Red Lobster cheese biscuit mix that you can make in the store because a friend of mine made it with dinner. They were pretty good. I mean, it didn't like knock my socks off, but it was good. But yeah, I've never been to a Red Lobster. So I don't know if there's a dress code there. I'm assuming it was just like you care more to dress up to go out to eat than about God's. But like you said, Lisa, yeah, some people think it's a sin to wear makeup, jewelry, etc. And I think that's the point where it's like, there's a big difference between someone who is putting all of their worldly worth in their appearance. That's the issue. That's the problem. There's nothing wrong with those things in and of themselves, right? I love when we see God, when he goes to Job and he's like, go clean yourself up and get dressed up. Like, come on, put yourself together. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself together. God told Job, like, wash up, clean up, put on some good clothes, let's go, right? If you feel the need to do certain things, that's fine. That's great. Are you, blatantly walking around with like pentagrams on your shirt and, doing different things? And it's like, okay, you cannot profess Christ. I've got some questions. What was your line of thinking? We are to admonish and to do things like that. But yeah, it is so funny when you have those things come out. And I'm like, I know, again, you put yourself on the internet, you open yourself up to the peanut gallery. I get it. Like, that's cool. But yeah, I got someone told me to never ever wear a wedding ring again. I'm like, I am so sorry, but I am not going to not wear a wedding ring. Like, thank you so much for your concern. I appreciate that. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to paint my nails. I'm going to do these different things. Now, do I have to do them? No, not at all. If you guys have been around, like, I get up and get ready every morning, but I get up and get ready every morning for my husband because he appreciates that. I could care less if I have makeup on or don't have makeup on. I hardly wear any as it is. I will happily go on camera. I mean, I've gone on lives before, just getting out of the shower and like my hair's on. And I'm like, I had to tell you all this. Like, hey, I'm hopping on real quick. Like, here's what we're doing. Like, I am not that person, because it always made me sad when I knew women in my life that were like, oh, you can't see me until I have my face on. And I'm like, but you're beautiful and lovely because of who you are. Like, I don't care if you have makeup on or not. Like, sure, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just want you to know how much I love and appreciate you, because I love and appreciate you, not the makeup you're putting on, like, there's nothing wrong with putting a little makeup on, but we make these things an idol in our life? Absolutely. So if we're not doing that, like, I think it's okay, right? What you weigh that between you and the Lord, between you and your husband, between all of that. I think probably most of you would be really disappointed to see just how low key, low maintenance I am. I can't even tell you last time I brushed my hair. But I think it is kind of funny when you get some of those that I'm like the ones. Yeah. My daughter got me the thing, and my family has always said, they're like, Mom, you need to have a little bit of a red lip. Like, that is just you. That is, my whole family, the kids, my husband, they're like, you got to do it. And so my daughter got me the Burt's Bees chapstick, and then she got me this little lipstick at Dollar Tree, and it's the prettiest color I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, you know what? I love that. I love having just a little bit. It's not that big of a deal, but I love it. And red nail polish is like my favorite in the whole wide world. And my husband loves it when my nails are always painted. And since I usually don't do it because it just chips way too easily. I know I'm driving y'all nuts with this, but the Rocket Fuel, the Beauty Guard, the new stuff I've been sharing with you guys, I have done all the deep cleaning, all the stuff, gardening, farm chores, all of it. I don't have a single chip in these. So I'm like, now that I have this stuff, my nails will always be painted, because I can paint them like once, and it's easily lasting me over a week without a single chip, a single anything. So bet your bottom dollar I'm going to be I'm going to be painting my nails, because I love being able to paint my nails. It just usually chips, so I don't do it. Yeah, and it is, Lisa, right? That's the thing. Is there something wrong with taking a selfie or posting a picture of yourself? No. But there's a big difference, because you see those, like, I have a friend, and I know we talked about it, and she said that. She was like, man, I didn't realize how much I used to always take selfies and do that. I was so insecure. I wanted people to look at my pictures, and I wanted people to comment on how I looked. And then she really had this deep growth, and she was like, I don't want to post selfies anymore, because it's not about that, right? So is taking a picture of yourself sinful? No, but it's the heart of the matter. We never get down to that root where we go, oh, hey, why am I doing this? Right? Same thing, right? Head covering. If you want to do head coverings, do head covering. Now, are you required to? And it's a sin if you don't, and all these other things? No, right? That's not it. But if you want to do it that's amazing. Praise God, like, go for it. And so I think it's when we take those things and we make it something that it's not, right? That's the problem, where it's like, man, Christian women are some of the meanest people I've ever met in my life. just being honest, because that happens. And it's like, I got told that the devil had taken over me and I was leading women astray for having painted nails, for wearing sandals, for, you like start going through the list of things and you're like, I'm really sorry for whatever it is that is bothering you. Let's not make mountains out of molehills and rake people through the coals for no big reason. That was the same thing for dresses. My husband has always wanted me to wear dresses, and I never did. I was jeans and t-shirt all the time. Started wearing them. You look so put together, so feminine, so beautiful, and it is more comfortable than wearing sweats, y'all. Dresses are the best thing in the whole. Even today, like I get some little blouses, and then I have a really cute skirt, and it's like you immediately look so put together and so nice, and it's like it's more comfy than sweats. I love my dresses. Thank you very much. Yes, Phil, continuing to pray for you for the Lord's will and direction in your life. Absolutely. Um, exactly. That's what your hair is for, right, Kaylee? It's one of those, it's like, sure, you want it? That's great. The nail polish info, if you guys go to any of the videos I've put out recently and scroll down, and I have the info in there. I'm actually going to do with some really fun things. Like I said, guys, please keep an eye out because I'm so excited to put the stuff together that I'm working on. And I will do a full breakdown, share all the details because I really think it's that cool. I video called Sabrina the other day to check on her, and I started going off on a rant with this amazing nail polish stuff. And she was like, just do a video on this, please. Cause I was so excited. Just, yeah, think you guys are my friends. Like over here, like this is what we would talk about. I was so excited. And Sabrina was like, will you just go do a video on this? Cause I think you're really excited. And I'm like, I am really excited. I give my family an update every day. Right. And it's that thing. Like I used to love leggings. They felt so dresses. Like everybody who says, I just live in leggings all the time. Leggings under dresses in the winter. Yes, absolutely. When it's cold, throw a pair of leggings under them. I've got like 3 pairs of yoga pants I keep in my drawer. So on cold days, throw them under a dress. Done deal. Dresses are so much more comfortable. Anytime now that like I have a couple pairs of pants that I like, but I love it when I went for a long time doing dresses only. And then the first time I put on pants after wearing dresses, I was like, oh, pants are awful. Who wears pants? They're so awful. Dresses are the best. That's what I did. I did like the 7 dresses for 7 days. And most of my things now are dresses, a couple pairs of some cute kind of dressy pants. I've got a couple pairs of shorts, a couple pairs of jeans for different things that we're doing, some fun blouses, some great skirts. But yeah, it is funny, those different things where I'm like, dresses are so much more comfier. And everywhere you go, everybody's like, wow, you look so put together and so nice. And you're like, that's my secret. Yep. Okay, yeah, it is funny. So Sabrina, when she was here, we went thrift shopping. She's very teeny tiny. I'm 5'7", so I mean, she looks like my daughter when we go out. We're like this. So anything that I found that was super cute that I can't wear because my problem is my legs are very long. So stuff I can get the longest inseam, the longest whatever, and it looks super short on me. There's just nothing you can do. So whenever I found something that was really cute that I was like, it's going to be too short for me, I was like, Sabrina, here you go. Because her husband said, he was like, don't get anything too long. He said, because he calls them floating head dresses. Because for her, if they're so long, she just looks like a floating head. And then it's just fabric everywhere. So yeah. So many compliments. Funny. It was so sweet. We live most of the people in our town it was a retirement community. So it's a lot of elderly population. And I just love it so much because we're never in a rush when we go anywhere. So we'd stop and we talk with everyone, do everything. But this lady was trying to figure out which battery she needed. And so we helped her. And she goes, she looked like a model. She loved my dress and how beautiful it was. And she, my husband, we were there because it was date day. And so we were chatting with her and she was like, I bet you like this. And he was like, I do. And so it was really sweet. We had this like whole conversation. I was giving her hugs and the whole thing and talking about her and everything. But it's funny where it's like, people are like, wow, you look so nice, so put together. And you're like, ha ha ha. I know. I think nail polish is okay. Like again, if you have an issue with it, you have a heart issue with it, and that's the thing, right? Anything can be an idol in our lives. If you refuse to let go of it, that's an idol. right? If it's before the Lord, you refuse to let go of it, you have to have it, then it's probably an issue. So think about your coffee, think about your makeup, think about your whatever, right? If you're like, nope, don't care, I have to have it. No can do'sville, right? Like no one can see me unless my makeup's on. No one can see me and, I have to have this expensive thing or this or this or this or whatever, right? Like, okay, then maybe there's an issue there that needs to be addressed. Maybe you need to go for a while. I didn't wear makeup for the longest time, like no makeup ever at all, like you go through those things. Sure, if it's an issue you need to address, then address it. But is it in and of itself a sin or a problem no, it's an inanimate object, like it's just an adornment. Can you make an adornment an idol? Yes, you can, but is it by itself anything? No. I'm not a dress person. I think it takes a little bit. And I think for me, it was really weird at first. I felt so uncomfortable and I felt very overdressed all the time. Um, and it was weird at first. Now I don't even think about it. Honestly, when I go to the thrift store, I look for whatever dresses are long over on the rack. And if I think it's cute and I'm like, hey, I would totally wear this every day, then I get it. I have a few things and that's it. And I just kind of rotate around them. But it can be hard at first, and finding cuts and styles and things that work for you and your body shape can sometimes take a little bit, because I've kind of found now after there's certain ones that I've gotten that I don't feel comfortable in. I don't like the way they hang or they cling or they whatever. So it can take a little bit to figure it out. But once you do, I'm telling you. Um, yeah, like the yin yang, you get into there's like this line of many things are very much rooted in new age paganism things, right? Probably not the best thing to have. I think a lot of stuff has been so mixed in, which I'm not agreeing with it, that people don't realize it. Okay. So to just go around clunking everybody over on the head, you have yin yang, doing that. It's like, okay, maybe that's not the best way to go about it. Maybe discussing and talking and doing things. Right. It's the heart. I think we just say, oh, well, everything's okay. Everybody do what you want to do. And we become very progressive with it, but come on, let's work through this. Let's do this. Because the other side is we can attach everything to being pagan. Why are you doing that? That's pagan. Why are you doing that? That's pagan. Why are you doing that? That's pagan. Everything can be pagan. I mean, if we want to sit here and try to attach everything to something, we could. So we have to look at the heart. We have to dig a little bit deeper and not just go around, bonking everybody on the head for everything. Some husbands I know are really difficult to get them to talk about what they like. I know. I don't know why it's so difficult. And I think that a lot of times they don't think about it. And so maybe start dressing a little bit nicer, trying different things, and I think sometimes when you start to like every day for a week, you know what I mean? Or something, like do something different, little like that. And then start to see, or maybe give him a choice. You think like with the kids, if I ask my toddler, one thing, I'm going to get it. But if I go, hey, do you want this or this? Be like, hey, I was kind of stuck between these. Which one do you think? This or this? And like, hey, pick one. Little things like that can kind of be sweet to start weaving in there until you kind of get to that point where, even things like asking like, hey, do you like when I keep my hair longer, or should I cut it shorter? Like, what's your preference? Kind of bringing in just those soft little questions a little bit can start to maybe open that up and see, like, hey, I was kind of caught in between the two. Like, what do you think? Like, no. It's not whatever I want. Pick one, A or B, right? Like you have to pick one and see what you can get. Yeah, and like Haley said, try some different things and see how he reacts. That's a good way to do it too, right? Start working at that. Yes, look at the heart and teach people in a gentle manner. Extending grace is great. Yes. Yeah, and Ashley, you're so right, because there's something about when you get up in the morning, you put on a pretty dress. It's kind of hard to like not just, I don't know, you just feel more put together when you do it. And it's beautiful. And a just like an elegance that comes together. You look at those pictures of like women at the airport in the 50s versus today. And it's just like, oh, everybody's like sweats and grungy and just gross. It's like, okay, like it's not about an outward, it's just put yourself together, a little bit. And I think it's, I think it's important, and it's nice to feel feminine and put together. Oh, Kayla, it's probably buffering because we've been on for like 20 minutes over our time. Okay. So last thing, is it working? Hopefully it's working. No buffering. Okay. The nail polish, Kaylee. Okay. I kept seeing ads, and I will do a whole video and show you guys all the details. It's literally going to come out week after next. I kept seeing the ads, and I love that. Spencer Smith said the heart shape is rooted in paganism. So I think you can get too far into that thought that everything is evil, in my opinion. Absolutely. We could sit here all day and tie everything to a pagan something or rather. There's that side of it that you're like, y'all, come on. I think there are some things that it's like, why do we want to go be a part of that, right? Like, why do I want to have the yin yang? Why do I want to have this? Why do I want is that really what I want to bring in when it is so clearly tied to paganism? Probably not. I don't want to partake in yoga. I don't want to, do certain things. I have no desire. But am I going to go around and freak out that everything's pagan and bad and like, it's scary? I don't think so. After I was married at 21, a woman told me that I should cut my hair long. Right. You get that and you're like, okay, okay. The nail polish. That's about this rocket fuel stuff. Hormones, kids, all the things, they weren't growing anymore. They kept breaking. They were brittle. They were flayed. Like they kept tearing. It was driving me crazy. I finally gave in. I bought the stuff, fell in love. I've been sharing, I literally have it right here in the drawer. I need to order a new one. Literally started sharing it with you guys ever since. You put a coat of this on your nails every day. They grow long. They're thick. They're healthy. My mom's nails have never grown. Her nails are gorgeous now. This stuff is the real deal. It is all natural. So is there like a bit of a scent? There is, but like it's much lighter and I feel like it doesn't last as long. So they have this rocket fuel stuff that you put on a clear coat on your nails, add a coat every day. Your nails, my nails are long. Look at this. Long, strong. They don't break anymore. I honestly cut them down periodically because they get so long. Rocket Fuel is amazing. I have it linked in. Hey there. I have it linked in all the recent videos. So you guys can go and click on it. And I have a special discount. So if you guys want to get it, it's Rocket Fuel by Beauty Guard. Make sure you use my link though, because you're going to get a discount. Because I want to obviously, like if you're gonna get something, save money. So you get that. They just put out these new products, and it's called Grip and Dual. Okay. You have to have these. These are what I'm using. It's amazing. They sell their own nail polish. Their nail polish is very natural. It's, it doesn't smell like a normal nail polish. Like there is a scent. It goes away pretty quick, but it's not like a normal nail polish. Their nail polish is very high quality. Very high quality. This that I have on right now is from Dollar Tree. Okay. It's Dollar Tree nail polish. I put a coat of the Rocket Fuel on to keep my nails growing nice strong. Then you put on a coat, you let it dry really well. I'll show all this to you here in just a couple weeks. You put the grip on, you paint the nail polish. I only use one coat. I don't even use two coats because the base coat is that phenomenal. And then you put a coat of their Dual over top. I've let these go for like a week and a half each time. And honestly, at a week and a half, and I am very hard on my hands, I don't have a single chip. I only then change it because I've changed my color and I've just been excited and wanted to redo my nails. I'm sure I could let these go probably 2-3 weeks without a single chip in them because this stuff works so well. It is phenomenal. So I'm telling y'all because I've spent so much money. I used to go get my nails done all the time. I've tried dips. I've tried gel. I've tried all the things. They only destroyed my nails and then would chip and last anyways. Not a single chip. With cleaning, scrubbing, gardening, sheep stuff, farm stuff, whatever. And it works amazing. So I use it on my toes and on my fingers. So if you want to do your stuff, I'm telling you, I'll tell you all about it because I found something and I was so amazed that it worked that I'm like, I'm absolutely going to tell all my friends because if you're looking for something, it's the best. But it's the Beauty Guard Rocket Fuel. And then again, it's Grip and Dual that I'm using. And you guys. Nothing after everything I've done. So there it is. Go get my link. I think you can save, I don't know, 10, 15, 20%. I don't remember what the percentage is, but you can save with that. And because the nail polish lasts so long, the bottle is going to last you for forever because you only will have to do your nails like every couple of weeks. So, and they'll grow strong and healthy, which is just the best. So anyways, yeah, I honestly stopped wearing polish on my fingernails. I mean, I rarely would put it on because it just chips so quickly and it just gets so messed up that it was like really like I ain't wasting my time. Now my nails are so healthy, so strong, and my husband absolutely loves it. So he's been like, he's enjoyed it, which I appreciate. You know, you always want your husband to think you look beautiful. So it's been kind of fun being able to do that. But I'm telling you, this stuff is the coolest stuff. I didn't think anything actually worked like they say it does, right? And like the little reels and stuff that you watch. And I'm like, y'all have been watching me scrub my house like bare hand. Like I've been doing all kinds of stuff and going strong, going great. So I will, I guess I should let y'all go. We've been on here for an hour and a half, you guys. It's so nice to, I cannot wait to share with you all. And thank you for being such an encouragement and just having this wonderful time to come together and to connect with you all each week. I think is just super duper fun. For being here. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy it. And I guess we should all probably get back to our lives instead of just hanging out here chit-chatting with each other all day. As fun as it has been, I guess we probably have real things to go do. Oh, no worries. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Praying for each and every one of you. And we'll see you right back here in the next one. Bye, friends. Bye, everyone.